never seen this before. I don't know why it's like this. Okay, but here's the affidavit of Andrea Walker, formerly known as Andrea Bomarito. I affirm I did not generate that document that Cardello Smith had attached to his original Ken Worthy in it. She said, I'm not signing that. That ain't mine. I did not sign it. I did not generate it. The signature is not my signature. The contents of the document proffered by plaintiff are also not true. I changed my legal name from Andrea Bomarito to Andrea Walker. Okay? So that's Exhibit A. There's also another affidavit from the purported notary, Sean D. Fleming. And these are all attached to Ken Worthy's filings to try and get the motion dismissed, to try and get sanctions on Derek Lee Cardello Smith, and to try to enjoin him from ever filing more cases without first getting commitment. Here is Exhibit B, Sean B. Fleming. I am currently a commissioned notary public.
It's been a minute. It's been like almost 3 weeks, I think, or 2 weeks. Haven't been watching anything on YouTube. I was going to glance this morning. I haven't felt good yesterday or today, really. I was going to glance and see what's going on, but I think I'm going to do that later. I've never been so sane in my life. Like, I don't think I'm trying to think back if I've ever been this, like, I wouldn't say sane, but like normal. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't even really, I'll be honest, I haven't like even wanted to post anything on my, like, that's how like normal I'm feeling. Like, I have to like force myself in the morning. Like, you can tell it's probably been like a little bit later in the morning. Like, I have to like literally sit here and force myself to be nasty and post something. Which is sad in a way, but it's good in a way, I guess. I'm watching this lady talking about Diddy, and it's live, but I'll watch it on the replay, I guess. Has anybody died recently? I was going to make a list of everybody. I've been here on Boyd this June, I believe it's June, will be 1 decade that I have been on Boyd, or been watching Boyd, or been around Boyd, or whatever. One decade. And just to refresh some people's memory, it is not my fault that Kat thought Lindy was me. Do you know why Kat thought Lindy was me? Because Lindy was trolling Kat before Boyd. Over on Guru Gossip, over on all that, da-da-da-da-da. I ain't gonna get into all that shit. I was thinking about some of that things at Fugitive. Do you know I have not looked at that Fugitive's community page since December of 2024. December of 2024. But anyway, I'm really, really stoned. What was I gonna say? Anyway, I haven't looked at her page or anything, but I've decided what I'm gonna do for my trip. I've been like hemming and hawing about, because I have to go. I've been telling my sister I'm coming up there since like February, so I have no choice. I got to get it done. So I was gonna like, this is my decision of what I'm going to do, just so everybody knows, so I can just get it over with, because I don't want to stay on here very long. I have decided, like, tentatively, like, I'm like at 90% sure this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm not going to rent the car. Then I was going to take the Amtrak up there because it's like 22 hours. And then Mom's like, just fly. So I think I'm just going to fly up there and fly back. Because then I'll waste a whole day sitting on a fucking Amtrak. And then a whole day back on the Amtrak. That's 2 days just wasted there when I can spend like $175 more and just fly up there and be up there in 2 hours. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then with the money I'm gonna save for bond money and hotel money and food money in Tennessee and all that, I'm just gonna spend the $100, or I think it's like I found a better background like skip tracer. I'm just gonna spend like I'm gonna like budget $200 just and pay someone to find 100% where she's at, so I'll have it. That way I don't end up going to prison, I don't end up going to jail, I don't get in trouble because I shouldn't get in trouble. I'm not a fugitive. I didn't do anything wrong to anyone at all, period. Everything was done to me with the help of a fugitive. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Uh, I don't like before with that Alex. Now everybody pay attention here. You see how I didn't fuck with Alex. I like for months, and we can go back all the way back to when they were trolling me when I was at grandma's, and they could see still what channels, YouTube channels I would watch or whatever. For almost 3 months, I didn't even look at his page. Not once, while he was still obsessed with me. Anyway, to make a long story short, I did that little thing when Rachella, I saw his comment under the thing she reposted where that rat was still lying. Um, anyway, and I left him alone again because I don't care about him. It is not about that little boy. It is not about that fat pig in the attic. It's not about none of that shit. It is about this woman named Jeannie Lynn Ledford Brown that was my friend for 7 long, horrible, dreadful, traumatic, painful years. And she decided to go real life against me. Have John Thompson hack my cams back in 2022 at my home. No, read my email. She's probably still reading my emails. That's how obsessed that Fruit Loop is with me. I believe it. The 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago when I was here, and that cappuccino was like, oh, repeating shit like about my email. Oh my God, or stuff in my messenger. It's wackadoo. It's wackadoo. That bitch is psycho. And now that I'm really, really sane, just for the record, I take Seroquel nightly, the extended relief 24 hours, 300 milligrams, and Wellbutrin 300 milligrams every morning, along with Cymbalta 20 milligrams twice a day, and clonazepam 0.5 milligram as needed. I think that's it. But I feel really sane. I feel really normal. My like obsessive compulsive like thoughts and like repetitive stuff that I think is more like autistic. I don't know. Anyway, everything's kind of like really, really toned down. And I'm glad in a way, but I'm like not glad in a way because I feel like part of me is like, you know what I mean? I think that's the thing with people that suffer from mental illness and bipolar or whatever I have. I think I don't know, like there's that part of it, like when you're all manic and you're all like, you feel like you take on the world and you're so smart and this and that and other thing. Like there's that high from it, but then there's also the really lows. But I don't know, it just feels like it kills like part of my personality that's me, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people that suffer from mental illness, there's that thing, you take these medicines and it does numb you out. It does, just make you like everyone else, it's like conforming to normality. But you got to do what you got to do in life to get by. But still, we're at 985 days. Can you even let that sink in for a minute? Think about it. And that's not even counting from the time. You got to figure, I first started talking to uh, Alex in the end, like right around Valentine's Day, a little bit before Valentine's Day of 2022. So we're well over 1,000 days. But can you imagine, think about it. Think of a calendar and you flip through the months. September of 2022, October, November, December, then January of 23, go 2024, then we're all the way to 2025. We're going to be in the middle of 2025. It's going to be the 3-year anniversary before anybody even notices it. Anyway, I think that's about all I got to get out this morning. Life's going good. In 23 days, I'm going to be 48 years old. I'm happy. I feel healthy. I've been on my diet forever. I'm not losing weight really fast because I'm not being super strict, but I cut all sugar out of my diet, all bad carbs, everything. Healthy. I feel good. Mentally, I feel good. Financially, I feel amazing. Um, you know, I feel good. I feel comfortable. There's nothing I lack for. Like if I think about it, it's at my door. It's a nice feeling. And all these people, they wanted me to, God, I remember some of that shit. No matter how sane I am, it's still on repeat. Just, it's not as fast in my brain because I do feel like all those, like I bite my fingernails and like I'm real fidgety. And I think that's an ADHD thing. Like, because I researched that. I bought this like little stress ball so I can stop like chewing on my fingernails. But even that's kind of like down a little bit, like all that like obsessive. I don't know what it is, like not really repetitive. I don't know, but anyway, all that's kind of like. That's like with this. I could just like I kept making lives, and I'm like, I just don't even. You know what I mean? But the people I have survived, I have lived longer. For over the decade I have been here, like I was starting to make a list, and the list is so long I can't even name all the people that I've outlived. And just since the suicide trolling, look how many people I've outlived. I want to be here one day in like a good chunk of the people, and they're also old too. I don't even have to wait much longer, I don't think, for a couple of them. And I'm going to celebrate. And I love my cats. I love my kitties very, very much. What else is I going to say? Because I got stuff to do. I have a beautiful lawn growing. I spent $75 on grass turf seed, and I've been watering it. My water bill's going to be $300, and I don't care. It's just the most beautiful green lawn coming up that's in the whole neighborhood. What else? Mom's doing very good. She got a dollar raise at work. She's still working 4 days a week, and she can work till she's 92 as far as I'm concerned. She should have saved her inheritance. No, she'll probably work till she's 70. She's in good shape for her age. I have to take her on my birthday. I remember Jeannie Patterson. She was making, because my mom has a lump in her breast, and it's like, I don't think it's cancer. I think it's like fibrosis, some kind of like fibrosis, something like that. 'Cause she had it a long time ago, but it's getting so big, it's like deforming her boob a little bit. Anyway, to make a long story short, she has to go get a diagnostic mammogram, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's on my birthday. We have to go down there. And then I assume a few days, she's going to have to get it removed or a biopsy and all that too. Anyway, it's going to be a whole thing that I'm the one that's going to have to deal with. But that Jeannie Patterson trolled me about that. She posted videos over there on her. And how much money did she spend of her Social Security check on all those fake subscribers? Like she's got like 20,000 or 40, some ludicrous number with her 20 views. I haven't even looked, the last time I looked at that creature was like probably around December. That's when I said, no more. You've let them like put you like, in such a horrible place mentally for so long. You just got to stop looking. You got to stop letting them get away with it. So that's when I stopped looking at them. And now that I'm sane, I probably could go and like laugh it off or like go back at him or something, but it's like so liberating. Like even that hag in South Florida that her name shall not be mentioned. Like I think it was even before December of last year. I think it was maybe October. They probably know better than me the last time I looked at her page. Anyway, so I think that's about it. I got a speeding ticket for 200, not a speeding ticket. And this is, I will say this, because I got a thing in the mail, and of course everybody knows the United States Postal Service, which is federal. They send me an email every day, and it shows a scanned in pictures of all my mail that's come into my mailbox for the day. Anybody can get it done if you go to the USPS website. Anyway, so I saw this thing, and it said it's a violation or whatever. So I Googled the address, the P.O. box. Anyway, make a long story short, it was like school bus ticket or something. I don't know. Anyway, well, now I know all school buses in Hillsborough County have cameras on them that this company said, hey, we'll put all these cameras in the school buses for free, but we get 60% of the tickets. So anyway, to make a long story short, all the school buses have these cameras in them. And I was on this one road, and it was 2 lanes on the right, and then a huge median, and then 2 lanes on the left. So the school bus is on the far right side over there, all the way on the other side, and I'm all the way across the median on the other 2, all the way on the right. And so anyway, to make a long story short, I told Mom about it, and I was like, please let it be her, please let it be her. And I'm sure she was thinking, let it be him. Anyway, make a long story short, it was me. I was coming back from the doctor, and I was just going past because it was the median, but it wasn't a brick median. It was like a turn-in median. And then and all the other cars were going too, but they got her tag numbers in it, so I have to uh, do something about it. Anyway, I know how to do what I'm gonna do, so do that. Uh, so I gotta get that done by May 15th. She wasn't driving and she was at work, so yada yada yada. I read all the stuff and I researched it on Reddit, and I know what to do. And I do blame that on Jeannie Lynn Ledford Brown because of my PTSD was so severe. I had disassociated and I was driving and I didn't even notice where I was or what was going on or the school bus. So it basically all comes back down to being suicide trolled and the post-traumatic stress disorder that I suffer from it, and that I disassociated and like zoned out for a while because it was going over my head and I didn't see the school bus. So if anybody should pay that ticket, it should be the fugitive, if the truth be known. So I guess that's about it. Is there anything else? Because I might not be back for another 3 weeks. You never know. That's about it. Life is good. What else did I do? I finished painting the house all the way around. Been buying anything and everything. Uh, that's about it. Life is good. Me and mom haven't argued. I think she feels better. She's just not drinking as much, and the house is looking nice, and there's no financial strain. So, everything's good. So she feels better. And I think after that time, I told her I would kill her. Like, I'm done with all that shit. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't cause no drama. I ain't doing nothing illegal. I am not going to be tortured by trolls on the internet and my mother in my own home. So she's been like real good. I will give her. I was texting my sister the other day and I was telling her, I'm proud of her. It's like, it's a shame it took 66 years, but she's being better. So that's it. I just want the fugitive in prison where she belongs. I don't give a fuck. I haven't looked at, here, I'll be nice this morning. I haven't looked at Boston Girls Bridget's YouTube community page since 2024. No, I think I did look you'd have to go back and see the last time I ranted. It was probably, no, I didn't that time either. I didn't. I tagged her, but I didn't look. I don't know. I might have looked. It's been a while. We'll leave it at that. I've just been living my best life, trying to stay away from the depressing YouTube where everybody's just withering away and dying in poverty and begging and scamming and just wasting away here. I have an appointment to get my Calico Kitty fixed. I already prepaid $20 of it. And then after that, I got to get Lily done, and then all the cats are fixed. And this cappuccino was worried, like, yo, Lindy, you're such a creepy woman. You are a creepy weirdo bitch. You deserve to be in prison. And once I find out that I kind of think I know where you're at. I've got it narrowed down to 2 places. But I want a third party to tell me this is 100% money back guarantee. This is where you're at. And I feel like that's probably my best option. Fly up there, go see my sister, come back, and avoid all that when there's no reason. I can do everything I need to do over the phone, and that's all there is to it. Or on the internet. It's 2025. There's no need for me to go up there and cause a scene, and for you to play victim, and for Thomas to come out and all the drama that goes along with it, and then for me to probably go to jail. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fugitive. I literally do nothing. I'm trying to, like, I would be honest. I'm like, literally, what have I done, like, anytime recently that's like outside of the credit card thing of grandma, which I said that was a whole family money like dynamic that had nothing to do with just being a thief, and that was like, that was a thing. I just don't do anything bad. I don't. So I have nothing to fear, and I certain things do get at me, and I will say this, Sarah. When you said that I lost 2 years ago or whatever, that did stick in my head for a few days, but I had to like recenter myself and breathe, and say, you know what, Ryan, you didn't lose. You know why? Because 985 days later, you're still there, right there on your channel. saying whatever you want to about whoever you want to. So you won. You told the truth, Ryan. At the end, when it come down to it, you spoke the truth. So I won. I won. The truth wins, Sarah. What you did was disgusting. If that would have happened to your brother, if that would have happened to anybody on here, if I would have read the messages in Bridget's Facebook Messenger, she would have had me arrested and she would have spoken my sentencing. What y'all did, what John Thompson, who's a fucking weirdo freak, he's a weirdo freak, and before I leave this earth, Oksana is going to know everything that he's done the whole decade or more that he's been on Boyd. If I have to write a 20-page letter and mail it to every employee at Microsoft, I will before I leave this earth. John Thompson, you had no right to do that to me. You had no right to let a fugitive read my emails. That woman, I know, and everybody can laugh or think however they want to think about this. I know Jeannie Lynn Ledford Brown probably better than Boris, because when she talked to me as Jackie, she could be her true self. She could say what she wanted. She could do what she could be her and say it, not the pretend nice little sweet little innocent. Everybody's jealous of poor Lindy. You know, everybody just attacked her for no reason. You know, that little Looney Tune that's a troll with the more YouTube troll accounts than even I had, and I had probably, you know, a good chunk. Ask Corey, ask Paulette Briggs how many. She collected every one of them for years. She knows which ones are hers. Remember how y'all used to troll her about, I remember Corey said, I bet you her mother sat her in front of a TV, because Lindy would always make the same troll accounts from like the Brady Bunch, from like all these TV shows of these characters and Gilligan's, just all this whack. It was always, she never could like switch it up. It was always like, even it just, I can see her when I like go to the Gossip Bakery and I go through Cats or that, what was that lady's name? Lindy always called her Lardy, but was it, I can't remember her name. Anyway, she was on Days before, but she was like from the beauty community too. Vegas Vixen No Sushi. You can see the comments. They're just, oh, it's so bizarre. You are a sick woman, Lindy, and I hope when you're in prison, you get the mental help that you need. As a very sane person that's on a lot of medicine that makes me sane, let me tell you how unsane you are, woman. You need to do the right thing, Lindy. You need to get on your knees and you need to repent. You need to write me my apology letter and you need to turn yourself in, because you are a very, very, very dangerous woman. Even as sane as I am, I fear that you could come and sneak around my home. You're a fugitive. You could steal my mail. You've already stolen my emails. You could steal my mother's identity. You can steal mine because Alex and JT ruined my credit. But you know what? My mom's got a credit score, if you probably already know this, 784. We're almost up to the 800 mark. And you know what happens at the 800 mark? Vroom, vroom. That's what I've been working towards, you fugitive freak. I ain't had to steal my sister's identity to pay my Tico bill. I can tell you that much, you no-neck bitch. Anyway, I'm going to go water my beautiful lawn in my home that's paid for. And I'm going to be very sane while I'm out there doing it. So you have a great day, everyone. You may wish me a happy birthday. I do not accept gifts. I do not have a cash app. I don't come on the internet and beg, especially in these communities where people are very unfortunate financially, like I used to be. It's very sad. It's very depressing. It's very wrong to take money from people that don't have it to begin with. I'm not going to name any names. But anyway, y'all have a great day. The pirate ship is horrible, horrible people, and they're going to get their karma too. Jenny Jen, don't worry. I don't have to drive by your house to show everybody all about you, girly girl. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'll be back whenever I'm back. And just pray I stay on my medicine. That's all I know. Y'all have a great day. Bye now.